This evening, boy 13 beaten and chopped to death by gang in Betterville acting. A typist clerk is crowned Miss Guyana Emancipation 2016. The mayor of Linden seeks removal of town clerk for stymieing progress. President Granger is committed to recovering hastily constructed school. New homeowners of farm housing scheme call for help and justice.
From Safetv headquarters in South Ramsgate Gardens, this is Safetv Headline News with Rihanna Ahmed.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvghana.com. Join us. From a bevy of 7, after heated competition, a typist clerk walked away with the coveted Miss Guyana Emancipation crown early Sunday, much to the approval of the audience. Mondale Smith has our story.
And she said she ain't no mind. That's right, y'all know good man is hard to find. And she kinda love bad girl trying to her hand. That's why she has no ties at this time.
From a bevy of 17 beauties, typist clerk Delisha Wright, age 21, was adjudged the 2016 Miss Guyana Emancipation Queen on Saturday night at the National Cultural Center. Wright, like the other delegates, was tasked with penning and presenting a spoken word feature that addressed the topic of unity among the Afro-Guyanese community in light of the UN-designated Decade for People of African Descent.
If they all aspire to fight wars and fire, not forgetting fighting each other, who are going to be the scientists, technologists, engineers, and mathematicians the world is seeking to hire?
The winner of Miss Emancipation 2016 is Miss Delisha Wright. The first runner-up is Jasmine Adams.
Wright, who was a crowd favorite from the get-go, like the other delegates, strutted her stuff in business wear influenced by African print fabric. While the delegates were an elegant bunch of ladies decked out for various mega events, for the evening gown segment, the highlight of the event was the question and answer segment, which sealed the deal for the Queen. Chief Judge Vincent Alexander asked the final question. The United Nations was designated 2015 to 2024 as the International Decade for People of African Descent against the theme of recognition, justice, and development. When asked what they would like to see done during the period highlighted, this was the chosen Queen's answer.
The road to a free world for people in Guyana is very rocky. They suffer from lack of opportunities to excel, lack of justice, like our dear brother Coming, who has not received justice as yet. They suffer from racial discrimination. Our ancestors did it before with pressure on them and chains linked to each other. Let us therefore be linked like our ancestors, not with chains of course, but with love and unity, so that we'll be able to stand, be heard, and make our mark like our ancestors before us. Thank you.
The runners-up are Jasmine Adams, Gabrielle Chapman, and Shalon Messiah, who placed second, third, and fourth respectively.
Thanks, Mondale. New homeowners of the farm housing scheme on the east bank of Demerara are calling on Minister of Housing Valerie Patterson to keep her promises and provide the much-needed utilities to the government's housing scheme before it is too late. Andrew Weeks was there and filed this report.
On Sunday, Safetv 2 Headline News was called to a dire situation at farm housing scheme where hundreds of homeowners are saying enough is enough.
And I find it very difficult in this area here because without water, without light, and they have a lot of thieves in this area. You cannot leave for go away, live in your place, for go out on the road, where they come back, people come in and thief. You're scared for walking the road in the night because of light. You get people robbing you on the road. And it's a very dangerous situation. They really need light and water in this area.
Patrick Narang had to camp out in a makeshift tent in his yard in order to protect his materials from bandits who would come in the wee hours of the night all morning to take away the stored materials. Electricity and water are the main things preventing development of the scheme. Bandits broke into Theon McCrae's home. He, along with other concerned homeowners, is asking when will it be possible for a change to be brought about in this situation.
Guys finding different sources or means to get into your house, because when they get into your doors, they're going to your roof, and if they go into your roof, they're lashing out your wall. And I'm here since December, so this is actually going into 9 months. And since that period of time, my house has been broken 5 times because we don't have the source of electricity to put certain things in place, like security cameras and these other things.
I know that pipes have been laid, but there's no water in the system. So if that could be rectified too, we'd be very happy.
It is $5,000 for a drum of water. A 450 drum of water is $5,000. You think about me that have using water every day with 2 young girls. Using water, you have to buy 5 tanks of water. It's $25,000 every 3 weeks.
Headline News sought the subject minister, Ronald Bolkan, for answers as to when will the minister keep his promises and provide the needed utilities to farm housing scheme. Minister Bolkan said,
Well, we've inherited a number of these schemes where the infrastructure was not fully developed and there was not a proper plan for the completion of the infrastructure in some of these areas. And I believe farm represents one of those areas. I would ask those residents who are affected to be patient and to bear with us.
They got people living in here that bandits in the house actually every other week.
Rihanna, there are many homeowners willing to begin work on their homes in farm housing scheme, but the bandits, along with no water and light, will act as a deterrent in this drive to occupy. The question is, will the minister's words this time around come to pass? We'll keep you posted. Rihanna, over to you.
Thanks, Andrew. A boy aged 13 was beaten and chopped to death in Plantain Walk, Betavawacting, on the east coast of Demerara. The incident may have stemmed from an argument between the teenager and a gang at a wedding. Police were told that the gang followed the teen home, where they savagely beat and chopped him to death. Monda Smith has more on this story.
Relatives of a 13-year-old young man of 8384 Plantain Walk are stumped as to what could have led to the fatal stabbing of him during an argument or confrontation. We're here with his mother and father. What happened?
Yesterday happened early, and I come here and call for David, and I tell the boys that in their home. So the same boy come and call for David and here, go in the wedding house, and I see touch my son for his son said come. So David and go with him, David and go with them now. And a lady come and tell me that how my son laid off middle of the road. And I go and see my son laid off ground full of blood. I ain't dead. I can't touch him when we went.
The mother of the late Devanan, who would have been turning 14 next month. The father, on the other hand, Daddy, what did you hear?
I hustle, collect a jersey, and I make one run out. And when I run out, I go there, I see him lie down flat on the road.
Did he have any problems with anyone? We're hearing that there was some incident, some chopping incident that happened before.
No, he never had no problem with no one. No problem.
This boy call he last, they carried out to the wedding house.
He is always coming here and calling him.
But
they're his friend, so I don't know
but his friend, but
yeah, them two is friends last night. I don't know if there's any argument between them last night, and so it happened, it's gotta be, because he never get no problem.
In 15 minutes the thing happened. So quick it happened. I don't know how so quick the thing happened. Like they set up for my son or something.
These two fellas were coming out of the wedding place, the wedding house, yard, and they were attacked by 3 boys with cutlasses. The 2 of them then drove away from the scene. They found out where the fellow that driving the car lived, so they went to his house and they took him in, and also they went to the other fellow's house where his mother was bandaging up his hand, and tell him to come down to the police station.
Sugde Sanichar is calling for swift justice to be done in relation to those who would have caused the death of her son.
I want justice. Whosoever killed my son, I need justice. I want to know whosoever do that.
The 23rd of September, the young man who was found dead in the street would have been turning 14 years old. I'm Mondale Smith, reporting from the home of the youngster, lot 8384 Plantain Walk, Bedford Acting, for Safetv Headline News.
Thanks, Mondale. In an update to that story, police are investigating the alleged murder of Sanichar, which occurred about 23:30 hours last night. Investigations have so far revealed that Sanchar, who was at a function in Triumph, had an altercation with some men over a female. He, the deceased, subsequently left and returned with a cutlass. A further argument ensued, and it was alleged that one of the men took away the cutlass and dealt him a chop to his head. Whilst on the ground, he was given a severe beating with a stick. The victim was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The suspects are all in police custody, assisting with the investigations. Coming up on Headline News after the break, the area of aviation safety will experience change with new plans. And Assistant Commissioner steps up while Commander takes leave.
Everybody knows John Lewis Styles as the Levi's and Dockers store. But did you know we're also an authorized dealer for Nautica, Perry Ellis, US Polo, Natural Issue, Joffrey Bean, and many others. We also carry the Bruno and Drill brands, who are actually the makers of Express shirts, at half the price of Express. So the next time you think of men's clothing, shoes, and accessories, there's only one choice. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
School is out and it's time to start buying those school supplies for your children. Here's how GRA can help. Textbooks, coloring books, graph books, dictionaries, pencils, erasers, crayons, lunch kits, scientific calculators, printers, and many more essential school supplies are zero rated. That means they attract 0% VAT. Locally produced garments such as shirts, pants, skirts, and dresses are also zero rated, but only if they were locally manufactured. So what are you waiting for? Get to shopping.
Get your back-to-school supplies at Colors. Backpacks from Nike and G-Tech, K-Swiss and Levi's in black. Getting gear for back-to-school is always a task, but Colors has the back-to-school sale for you. When you purchase, write your name, address and telephone number on the back of your coupon and drop it in the box. School bags, boots, everything you need for back to school. Enter and win Monster headphones, 2 tablets, 1 mountain bike. School vouchers accepted. 2259980.
With a distinctive flavor, Umda Palka ghee is made from 100% pure vegetable oil. This Palka ghee is a delight when preparing sweetmeats and other dishes for healthy cooking with a rich buttery taste and aroma. It is used for religious purposes and is a principal fuel for burning. Umda Palka ghee is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
When you think back-to-school shopping, think Clearance. Get your boys in shoes for school in brands like Timberland, Reebok, Land Rover LRX, and more. While for your girls, there are Hush Puppies, Clarks, LRX, and many others. What about backpacks? Get long-lasting brands like Swiss Brand, JanSport, Nike, and Kenneth Cole, including Police and Dockers pants for boys, all at Clearance. For quality clothing at affordable prices, Clearance, always keeping you in style.
It's slipping through our hands, we're sinking in the sand.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town. Served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Only at Kissoon's can you get the guaranteed offer of up to 50% discount on every item in their blowout factory surplus sale. 50% off for Guyana's 50th anniversary right through the year. Check it out at their spacious factory outlet at Reinfeldt Industrial Park, where parking is no problem. They're in the mood to celebrate at Kissoon's. Once you want it, Kissoon's will make sure you don't leave without it.
Place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
The mayor of Linden, Carwin Holland, is moving to engage central government on the removal of town clerk Janelle Bowen. At a media conference held earlier today in Georgetown, Holland accused Bowen of stymieing progress in the mining town. The mayor of Linden, Carwin Holland, is moving to engage central government on the removal of town clerk Janelle Bowen. At a media conference held earlier today in Georgetown, Holland accused Bowen of stymieing progress in the mining town.
I don't see any purpose the town clerk is serving if the only intention of the town clerk is just to bring the mayor's office and the council into disrepute instead of doing the work of the people.
The previous council had successfully passed a no-confidence motion against town clerk Bowen before the holding of this year's local government elections. The most recent one was passed back in July.
In fact, some of the same circumstances that they face, we are facing with the same thing.
Bowen is contending, however, that the second motion was not passed in accordance with the law.
I would suggest that if she thinks she's on top of it, she's free to take whatever course to redress it.
Bowen recently accused Mayor Holland and Deputy Mayor of Linden, Wanika Arundel, of overspending the council's money. More specifically, of exhausting more than $500,000 on transportation allowance within a short period of time. Darren John, chairman of the council's finance committee, was on hand to deny this.
As we did the spending for the mayor and the deputy mayor by the time they took office, they will spend $306,161, and this is outside of the subsistence that was given to them, which is $50,697. The total that they will spend in terms of for the vehicle for the traveling is $255,460.
Although the Linden municipality is APNU-AFC dominated, Holland believes that the town clerk's actions are political in origin. He's basing this on the frequent visits of one former government minister to Linden. Aviation safety has been a big concern in the sector for many years now. Andrew Wick sat down with the General Counsel for the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and filed this exclusive report.
Amanda Walton, General Secretary within the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, said there is a lot of deficiencies within the authority which must be addressed and must begin by fixing the legal framework.
What we have done is that we have prepared two draft acts. One is the Civil Aviation Act and the other one is the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation Act. Now, they are both with the Chambers of the Attorney General. I believe they are vetted and ready for the first sitting of the National Assembly after Parliament would have reconvened.
The GCAA is attempting to get parliamentary approval in order to bring the aviation sector on par with other Caribbean countries. Walton explains.
We need to provide a comprehensive system of delegation of authority so that our inspectors are empowered to go into the industry and to perform certain audits, certain inspections that the old Act did not envisage. Another key feature is that we are required, because the GCA provides air navigation services, so we are both regulator and service provider. Now, this is not an anomaly in and of itself because it is a feature that exists in a number of ICAO countries. But what we are required to do is to establish very firm reporting lines and responsibilities so that the issue of conflict of interest is minimized. And so that is another feature of the bill.
The aviation sector may also see offenses coming their way should they be found culpable of breaching aviation policy. Here is Walton again.
Penalties, they are exhaustive penalties, I shouldn't say penalties, offenses, provision for security offenses that the 2000 Act did not even contemplate, unruly passenger offenses, all of these things that we are required after 9/11 and subsequent events to have in our legal framework. The other one is that we are asking for the GCA to have the ability to impose administrative sanctions. It is a feature that a number of other civil aviation acts around the world enjoy, where instead of going through the court system and prosecuting somebody, through a mechanism with the DPP, for example, we can allow that person to pay a monetary fine for the corresponding offense, so that it is faster. The administration of justice is a little more quick than if we were to go through the court system.
Rihanna, there are many challenges facing Ghana's aviation sector, one of which is the country's low level of compliance with the International Civil Aviation Organization, IQ. Guyana's IQ compliance currently stands at 44%. The regional average stands above 70%. Rihanna, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. Assistant Commissioner takes over the reign as Commander of A Division, as Commander Clifton Hicken goes on 42 days leave. I'll be back, says Hicken.
My successor for the 42 days, somebody who understands the open policy, who has a wealth of experience in A Division as OC in terms of French. So I think he's the fittest person to act in my absence, and he will give you his charge.
ASP Chapman, in accepting the reins today, said that the division is not strange to him, but noted that this is the first time that he's sitting as commander. He has served 4 times in the division prior. The Air Division Commander acting says that he's looking forward to continued support from the police as well.
I have open door policy, as was mentioned earlier, and the public can come to me, can call upon me at any time. Any information, feel free to pass it. If there's distrust at the lower level, the information flow, bring it to me and I'll deal with it.
During a briefing session earlier today, the commander assured that the security of the division will be his top priority. He also said that he can be reached at any time on telephone numbers 642-9116 or 226-1389. President David Granger said the Cato Secondary School was too hastily constructed under the People's Progressive Party Civic Administration. and that his coalition administration is now left to correct that and many other deficiencies. The president was at the time speaking on his most recent public interest program. Andrew Weeks has more.
Quite clear that the work is substandard. It is unsafe to put children in that building. So we now, the government is now faced with the responsibility to do massive work to correct the faults, to make the place safe for use by children.
President David Granger. Mr. Granger also stated that the substandard work on the Cato School is a burden his government will have to bear.
Here we will see what legal measures could be put in place to recover the excess expenditure from the contractors, but he certainly is not going to be given any more contracts to do that type of work. People feel that once you're dealing with the hinterland, you could do any sort of shoddy work and nobody will go there to check. But things are different now. We've had bad roads, we've had bad buildings, we've had bad stellings, and this administration has been faced with the challenge of correcting a lot of bad work which is tolerated by the previous administration. Look at the bridge at Hope.
President Granger said it is very expensive to correct the previous government's mistakes by emphasizing his government's seriousness about education. President Granger said,
but as far as the school is concerned, we're concerned with education. We want to see the children in school, and we will do whatever is necessary to rectify the faults in that building, which are massive, and make sure the children could enjoy safe classrooms and safe dormitories, and have their education on the same standard as children in Greenwich Park or Hope or anywhere else on the coastline.
Rihanna, the government is awaiting advice for the rehabilitation of the Cato Secondary School. The Minister of Public Infrastructure has already done a complete examination of the school and will furnish the relevant authorities with same. Mr. Granger said that he would do whatever is necessary to provide children of Potaro-Siparuni region with a safe environment in which to study. Rihanna, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. Still ahead, President distributes awards at youth ceremony, and Bartica gets $150 million mobile asphalt plant to upgrade roads in the township.
Women's fashion trends change every day. That's why John Lewis Styles makes it their duty to source items directly from the manufacturing brand, offering you more choices and better prices. Women love to look great, whether it's for work or play. From clothing, shoes, accessories, to handbags, watches, fragrances. Let's make you feel like the only girl in the world. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
With a distinctive flavor, Umda Paukagi is made from 100% pure vegetable oil. This paukagi is a delight when preparing sweetmeats and other dishes for healthy cooking, with a rich buttery taste and aroma. It is used for religious purposes and is a principal fuel for burning. Umda paukagi is light, pure, with a real ghee texture.
Don't let this moment in history pass you by. Kissoons want every Guyanese home to showcase a new piece of furniture to remember this glorious event of our Jubilee celebration. Kissoons have gone crazy. Every item is on sale right through this year in the Big Broad Factory Surplus Sale, up to 50% off for the 50th birthday at Kissoons.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
An awards ceremony conducted by the Ministry of Communities in relation to the Sustainable Livelihood and Entrepreneurial Development SLED initiative proved a success, as a number of young people were awarded for the completion of their training. Lisa Hamilton has more.
The awards ceremony was held at the Arthur Chung Conference Center in Liliendahl and saw a batch of youth being awarded after successfully completing a period of skills training which aimed to produce young entrepreneurs capable of sustaining themselves in their own businesses. Minister of Communities Ronald Balkan and Minister of Finance Winston Jordan presented the awards. Present at the ceremony was President David Granger, who, within his feature address, encouraged the young audience to utilize the initiative provided to become entrepreneurs in the field of tourism and sustainable energy.
We'd like to see you using your skills, using your energy, using your enterprise to go into this new field, ecotourism and the generation of sustainable energy. We would like to see these initiatives empowering and core young people who will become entrepreneurial class.
Finance Minister Winston Jordan, who in 2015 put forward the SLED initiative in aims of stimulating community growth opportunities through the financing of small community-driven projects and programs, gave his remarks on the venture.
You have to start from somewhere, and what we're starting here is to show young people that they can be their own boss rather than looking for a job in the public service that essentially, as they will claim, doesn't pay anything much. Here they're proud to say they're earning their own money and they're seeing their way.
The event saw presentations from USAID for the Children's Sake Foundation, among others, as well as a registration and mini expo on display. Rihanna, in 2015, some $115 million was injected into the SLED initiative. The President has since wished the awardees success in the years to come as they seek to become key participants in the act of ensuring the future and continued success of Guyana.
Thanks, Lisa. Bartica gets $150 million mobile asphalt plant through private investor to upgrade roads in the township and, by extension, Region 7. Mondale Smith was in Bartica for the launching and filed this report.
The Associated Construction Services, ACS, has set up a plant at 5th Avenue, Bartica that can produce 300 tons of asphalt daily, resulting in more local construction and maintenance projects, which also translate to more work for locals. The $150 million investment was commissioned on Saturday by Minister of Social Cohesion, Amna Ali, Public Infrastructure Junior Minister Annette Ferguson, and proprietor of ACS, Peter Lewis.
The Ministry of Public Infrastructure, in its program for 2016, has already tendered out 3 capital projects here in Region Number 7. Therefore, residents, you will soon see these projects being realized. I would further add that our government is committed to ensuring all weather roads in the hinterland areas. Thus, with this asphalt plant being here, it will see many road projects moving from Loom, DSB, DSBC, with asphalt roads becoming a reality.
Also present were Region 7 Chairman Gordon Bradford, Mayor of Bartica Gifford Marshall, and other regional and municipal representatives.
The engine of growth mostly rests with our private investors. And this that has been done would definitely save the government of Guyana and taxpayers so much more. So we're grateful to Mr. Lewis for taking up this challenge and investing in this plan.
Why do you choose to invest so much in Guyana?
Based on the speech the President made in terms of making Bartica town, and Bartica, he said something like Bartica would be the gateway for the access to the interior, something of the sort. So I feel that he will, push infrastructure in Bartica. And when you look at the thing, at the whole scenario, right? you have to get good roads to people to access to the various activities. And over the years, this hasn't been done.
Minister Ali at the launching assured residents of the administration's commitment to assist the region in leveraging their natural and human resources for the town's development. She also promised that the crucial investment by ACS would be one of several to come that would speak to strategically positioning the town of Bartica to enhance economic development.
This investment is of great significance since it will facilitate in the construction, upgrade, and maintenance of roads throughout the length and breadth of Bartica and its environs. This crucial investment will be one of several investments to come that will seek to strategically position the town of Bartica for enhanced economic development.
This is the second asphalt plant set up by ACS in a show of corporate support. In 2014, the company invested more than $100 million in the establishment of a modern asphalt plant in Tarlaji Village, Quarantine, Berbice.
Both Mayor Gifford Marshall as well as Regional Chairman Mr. Gordon Bradford are of the opinion that this investment is one that signals to other investors that Bartica is indeed the place to invest. Ultimately, $150 million have been spent to make sure that Bartica has its new asphalt plant. I'm Mondale Smith, reporting from Bartica for Safetv Headline News.
Thanks, Mondale. On the police blotter, police are investigating an armed robbery committed on Lennox Albert, 59 years old, and his wife Verna Albert, 68 years old, which occurred about 20 hours last night at Newville, Flanders Village, West Coast, Demerara, by two identifiable males who took $500,000 in cash and a quantity of colognes. In the process, Lennox Albert was relieved of his licensed .32 pistol with 5 rounds. Investigations revealed that the victims who operate a shop were in the process of closing the business when they were attacked and relieved of their belongings. The bandits who escaped on foot have not yet been apprehended. And that's Safetv 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Safetv 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and safetvghana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm Rehanna Ahmad signing out from this newscast. Do have a blessed evening.